And we first up begin with these visuals of the Aam Aadmi Party staging a protest in the capital city of Chandigarh and also in the national capital. These are two simultaneous protests that are taking place on part of the Aam Aadmi Party that has taken to streets both in Chandigarh and also in the national capital. Of course, they are now demanding certain answers on the Adani crisis, and they continue to mount all of those questions at the ruling dispensation. These are live visuals that we are tracking both from the national capital and from Chandigarh, wherein you can see how these protesters have stormed onto the streets, wherein they are now trying to push over all of those barricades, and of course police in that sense resorting to using water cannons at the protesters as well. Live visuals coming in both from Chandigarh and from the national capital. Remember, they're once again echoing the opposition's demand with regards to a detailed JPC probe into the Adani issue. Apart from that, of course, voices coming in on a Supreme Court monitored probe as well. These are two demands that the opposition has time and again put out on the floor of the House, both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Let me go across to Gurpreet, Aishwarya and Tanushree joining us live on the broadcast. To you first, Gurpreet, these are protests that are currently being staged in Chandigarh. Remember, this is not the first such time, Gurpreet. We've seen protests break out in several parts of Punjab earlier as well, most of which was staged by Congress supporters, youth Congress workers. Tell us more about these protests that we're witnessing in Chandigarh today.
Well, yes, of course. First of all, we will show these pictures from the ground, what is happening at the ground. These barricades we have seen once again. The police have put up the barricade. Huge number of Aam Aadmi Party protesters. They are holding protest here. We are reporting from Sector 37, where these protesters, they wanted to cross over the barricade. They wanted to march toward the BJP office, which is situated in Sector 37. What we have learned from these protesters, they have been demanding there should be JPC and there is need to probe allegation against the Adani group. At the same time, a few minutes ago, the visuals which were showing to our viewers, that is showing that these barricades were being broken by all these protesters here. The first water can was being used by the police force, and after that immediately they used the lathi charge to disperse all these protesters. What we have seen from the ground, some of the protesters, they are being taken into the police custody. They have been taken to the local police station. They have been formally arrested from here. Now again they are preparing, and huge force have been deployed. Now we have seen that the two-tier security has been deployed here. One, these barricades, after the barricades and before the barricades also. At the same time, what they are trying to do, all the leaders who are very spearheading this protest, they are being arrested by the police force, and they don't want to take them to law and order in their hand. But we can see that some of the protesters are being taken by the police into the custody. Here, if we can see the visuals, pictures, that is very important from here. Huge number of the protesters from Punjab, they have reached here and they are holding a placard. They are saying that Modi, Adani, Pai. They want that there should be investigation and deep probe into to find out the allegation against the Adani group.